Jump up. Get it. Hey. Devil with the blue dress, blue dress, blue dress. Devil with the blue dress on. Ooh, yeah. Devil with the blue dress, blue dress, blue dress. Devil with the blue dress on. Beep, beep, bye, bye, po, po, bum. Looking mighty now. Here she comes. Wearing a wig hat and shades to match. Got a high-heeled shoes and an alligator hat. Wearing a pearls and a diamond ring. Got bracelets on her finger now and everything. Devil with the blue dress on. She's the devil with the blue dress on. Lord have mercy. Devil with the blue dress on. Devil with the blue dress on. Hey, wearing a perfume Chanel number 5.
To make Mom's chocolate chip cookies, you are going to need 1 bag of Toll House semi-sweet chocolate chips. We're going to be using 2 teaspoons of the vanilla, 2 eggs. You're going to need 4 cups of flour, 1 cup of white sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1½ cups of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Mom has changed the recipe through the years, but she's pretty much just gone to using the baking soda. The baking powder you can add if you want fluffier cookies, so that is preference, but the latest version of Mom's chocolate chip cookies, she just uses the baking soda. And then finally, we are going to need 4 cups of the Crisco. Or I'm sorry, 2 cups of the Crisco. Only 2 cups of the Crisco. So let's get cooking.
So what we're going to do is we're going to cream these ingredients together. So that's combining the 2 cups of shortening, a cup of white sugar, a cup and a half of brown sugar, 2 eggs, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm sorry, 4 teaspoons of vanilla. And then we're going to mix it with the mixer. But for now, I'm just going to combine all these guys together. So we have our Crisco with our cup of sugar, cup and a half of brown sugar, we got 2 eggs, okay, and then we're gonna do our vanilla. Just gonna clean that up real quick. This is teaspoon. So we're gonna do 4 of these. Yeah, it's kind of hard. I can't measure and tilt, so 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and now we're gonna mix this in the mixer. So we put all the wet ingredients into our mixing bowl, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn on the blender and we're gonna cream our ingredients together. All right, so I like to go low and slow, and then we can always kick it up at the end, but you wanna start low because things will be just flying all over the place. So start at a 3 or 4 setting. Mom uses a Sunbeam. She got me a Sunbeam. That's what I use. Emma has a professional KitchenAid though. So, but if you ever want to know what Mom or Grandma used, she is Sunbeam all the way. So I'm going to start at a 3, just slow, and as you can see, kind of moving all your ingredients towards the middle. And now that we got the big chunks out of the way, we can kick it up to a 4.
Beater? Beat it off to a beater?
Yeah, but that comes when we start adding the flour. You let that just naturally fall off the beater. This is my favorite part because the sugar smells so good.
It's looking tasty already.
I know. It's hard not to lick it, but you don't want to lick this. This is just shortening and sugar.
Because I am tempted to get a spoon. But
Yeah, you want to wait. All right. Get a top notch here.
So you're level 7 right now.
Yep.
You just went from 4 to 7?
Mm-hmm. Well, Mom's Sunbeam is older, so you kind of have to... She's been through the work. All right. So... Looks really good. Normally when I put this on a higher... That 7 didn't even take it out. I just didn't want to kick it up to a 10 because should be flying.
Oldie goody goody, like the Millennium Falcon.
True. Actually, so the Sunbeams originally come with the glass bowl. So Mom had to special order this one. Like I have yet to order my stainless steel. I think the stainless steel is better than the glass bowls. I will say that. Because I actually cracked one of my glass bowls. Completely shattered it. Because I took it off and I guess I tripped on something and I went bam onto the table and just cracked it and I broke my heart.
Those
but
are thick bowls too.
I know, but it was a solid wood table. And it's just sometimes the way, like, you hit it at the right angle and it'll crack. Ugh, this is always... So you always want to... You know what? Mom has a smaller one. Yeah. It'll get right in there. Yeah. That's perfect. Yep, gets right in there. It's nice. And
you all already have one. Grandma got them for Christmas.
yeah, normally you just want to go in and just get the big chunks out of the unmixed shortening. All right. I think that's good.
These are adorable.
They are really cute. Which one? I have a Christmas tree one. Did you? Why?
I couldn't help it.
I told you not to do that.
Sugar Lord. You know, it's not bad though. It's could have been worse. Could have been worse.
All right. So we go to our 4. One more turn around. Oh, just the smell of that sugar though is so good.
See, I had to take a look.
All right. Crank that baby up to a 7. All right. So you can see that is a perfectly, sorry, my hands with the Crisco, it's hard. That is light brown. It's very whipped. You want a almost mousse-like consistency when you cream it. And now we're going to whisk our dry ingredients, and we're going to do a slow add is going to be the next step. But this is what the wet ingredients should look like a fluffy light brown mousse. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to whisk together our dry ingredients. So we're going to do 2 teaspoons of baking soda. We're going to do 1 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to do 4 cups of flour. And we're just going to whisk them just all together, because what we're going to do is we're going to combine this with the wet ingredients in the mixer. And that's where the hard part is going to come in. You're going to need a lot of elbow grease. So I do recommend not mixing it by hand, definitely using a mixer because it's going to get tough. Now at the end, when we have these combined, the chocolate chips you do by hand, mixing those in. All right, so we've whisked our dry ingredients. Next step is going to be combining it with the wet. All right, so now comes the part where we're going to combine our wet and our dry. I suggest taking a cup and using it as a scoop and just scooping in slowly your dry to your wet. So I suggest first turning it on a low setting, and then we're going to take this baby and add it in. So we'll put that in for now, and we'll start it on our low setting, and then we're going to slowly add in. All right, here we go. So 3 to start, because flour is very, it's going to fly. Okay. Another scoop of the wet. Whew, it's getting dusty. Yep, that's when it starts. So you're gonna have to put some elbow grease the more flour you add in. The dough's gonna get tougher, and that's normal when you're making cookies. But the key is just letting it mix in evenly so you don't get clumpy flour bits in your dough. That's important. So even if it takes a little more time, so at this point you might have to kick up the speed because it's getting tough. Ugh. I have it now on, it's set to a 5. See why you can't do a hand mixer on this?
Yeah. It's a little tough.
It's tougher than the sugar cookies, for sure. All right, we're gonna kick it up to a 6 now. Ooh, that smells like cookie dough though. That's how you know you're doing it right, when you start to smell it. Ooh. Yeah, you're gonna get a workout with this for sure. I suggest doing this on your rest day, not a gym day. All right, now we're gonna add, I'm gonna turn it down because we're gonna add the final little bit. All right. So, mix it in a little bit just because it's gonna kick up once I turn this bad boy on. And we're in the...
Yeah. I have to learn how to clean my camera lens because I think a little bit of flour or something got on it.
Yep.
A little speck of something.
Always that last one. That's how you know you're doing it right.
Look at Tom.
No. Well, how do you know? I'm stronger than him. I can lift. It's just the dough. All right, we're on a full-blown 7, folks. It's a wild ride. All right. Check the side to make sure there's no stray flour bits. That looks pretty clean. Pretty good. All right. All right, so now we've successfully got our dry and wet in. Now we will scoop.
Another little spoon.
No. Everyone knows the best part is to lick the beaters. You don't know
Well,
what.
I know, but there's a lot of cookie on it.
Oh, no, I know.
There's a whole cookie on them little beaters.
Yeah. Of course. But even Mom was generous with this part. I'm going to tell you a nice little. So it's a good thing there was always 2 because me and Kyle always got 1 beater each. I don't know how you guys did it. You guys had, God.
You had to be paying attention.
You had to be sticking around the kitchen all day. Should be a fun story. You should ask Mom. She remembers any fun stories. This one's easy because you don't really need, it's not like the wet ingredients. At this point, everything's combined. It's like Play-Doh, so you can just...
Damn, that was cold. That shit was cold.
Yes. Well, just wait. Once the chocolate chips are in it, then you want to scoop it out.
I know, but I feel like Ozzy with a turkey. Ozzy with shrimp. Give me a bite. Give me a bite. Place in the kitchen.
All right. That's fair. It's a good part. Want to leave some nibbles. So I'm going to lick that. It's my favorite part. Okay.
You wanted it.
No, No, well, there's 2 beers. One for you, one for me. All right, so I am a firm believer in, Mom just adds the whole thing. I like to be extra generous. I'll add sometimes a package and a half, depending on what my mood is. But 1 full bag, we're just going to dump it right in here. I don't know if Mom ever did the full bag. I think she did, though.
Walk in there and ask her. You know, she's up.
Yeah, do you mind getting me some scissors real quick? All right.
Let's leave that there. I will open up the door though, since you got some
Yeah.
greasy Muppet hands. Yeah.
Ma, do you add the whole bag of chocolate chips in there? I do the whole bag, but did you always do it that way too?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you just dump the whole. Yeah. Okay.
Everybody likes the chocolate. Makes poop too.
There you go. Makes you poop.
Tip from Mom.
One tip from Mom. Hot tip.
Put the whole bag in, helps you poop. All right. Got it.
And some for me too.
You want that, like the wooden spoon?
Nah.
Sure.
Yeah. This is good. At this point, it's pretty malleable.
But you're kind of like a drunk driver all over this crap.
I know.
I can't chase you around.
All right. Well, I mean, this part, it's like you dump it in and you mix it in.
I'm coming in. Sure, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's Mom's for you. Her recipe. I bake these every year for the Balbuenas for Christmas and special holidays upon request. Tell you what, you ever need to bring anything to a potluck or to your in-laws to impress them? Mom's chocolate chip cookies, because 1, it's not going to be from a store, so they'll be impressed. And 2, once you master it, you'll win them over, hands down. They'll be like, oh, the lovely lady that made those delicious chocolate chip cookies. It's a winner every time. She was such a nice girl. She made cookies from scratch.
You need to marry her. Well, really, if you can bake chocolate chip cookies from scratch, you know. That's marriage material right there.
I think it's a life skill, too. It's like when you're down.
Or you're angry.
Or angry. Yeah, oh, yeah. This is a good one for angry. All right. All right.
Damn.
And there you go. And now so you can do one of 2 things. So if you're, let's say, stretched for time, you can make the dough the night before, stick it in the fridge, and then you can bake the cookies the next day, if you don't have time to do all that. Or you can go right into baking. Like there's no rules in terms of dough. The dough's good for like overnight. Like you could literally leave it overnight and you'll be fine.
Because what we're going to do actually, because it is 5:30, we're going to just put foil over that and stick it in the refrigerator. Yeah. I know, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Make dinner for Mom and then come back and finish the rest of this after we feed Mama.
Yeah. Mm. Mm.
So that
That's good dough.
Yeah. Yeah. Nailed it. Mm-hmm.
I love chocolate chip cookies.
Hmm.
It's my favorite. That's why I mastered this and the beef and noodles. I love it.
All right, let's get her in the refrigerator.
All right.
We're going.
All right, so we have finished dinner and the dough has chilled for about 2 hours. You don't have to chill your dough. It's just like if you're under a time constraint, you can make the cookie dough the day before and then bake the cookies the next day. That way you're not, getting home from work and then doing everything all at once. But you don't have to. You can, after you make your dough, you can go right into it. The next thing you have to do are grease your pans. So I have 3 right here. I just use a napkin and a little Crisco, and I just evenly coat throughout the pan. For the most part, you don't need a lot because the cookies themselves have Crisco in it, but it's always good to just have that little extra layer because you don't want cookies sticking to your pans. Some people, there's like the pan butter spray. I'm just using Crisco because that's what I have.
And that's what Mom uses.
Yeah. I think that is it. Now, what we're gonna do is we're going to my finger. We are going to roll our cookies into. So this is like a teaspoon. I don't know. It's not quite a tablespoon either.
Get into that because holy cow, I had some of that for dessert, the cookie dough, and it was so freaking good.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, the cookie dough is fantastic.
It's fantastic. It really, really is.
So now size preference is all up to how you want to do it. The general rule of thumb, or how Mom really taught me, is you take your spoon, and this is your average kitchen spoon. It's not quite a tablespoon. It's a little larger than a teaspoon. It's just like an average kitchen spoon. And I like to take a scoop about medium or so, like that. Take it off, roll it into a little bowl, and we place on our cookie sheet. So again, you want to medium roll. Get out of there. Roll into a ball. And then you want to place here. Now they're going to spread. So you want to give like a good inch in between each of your little balls. On this pan, I'm probably going to fit 3 in a row. About, I want to say 4 rows, but we'll see how far we get.
That second one doesn't have any chocolate chips.
It does.
Okay.
It's sometimes when you roll it, it's just the chips are inside when you roll into a ball.
Okay.
But they're there. See?
Okay.
That's the thing about chocolate chips. Well, like when you stir it and everything, it's like a lottery of how your cookie will end up. You can't control that. If you say you want more, you just put more chocolate chips in there. That's why, like, I use 1.5 bags. So mine really has a lot of chips in there. This is just 1 bag. So again, everyone has a different preference. You can do your own kind of little spin on it. This is just a standard mom recipe, which she has modified, but Amber would not let me modify, even though mom has liked my modifications. For example, the dark chocolate chips. That's my go-to instead of the semi-sweet.
And that's okay. You do you, boo. But this is the latest, greatest. Mom has modified it over the years. This is her latest iteration of chocolate chip cookies in its purest form. Do with it what you will.
Yeah, mom's done this recipe with, she did the mini M&Ms one year, I think. I remember her doing that. She had the mini M&Ms in there too, so.
It's on the recipe card.
Yeah. She's done the M&M version. She's done both the M&M and the chocolate chip ones.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's played around with her own recipe. But this is like the basis of all of our cookie recipes right here. But again, you don't want your cookies too close because like I said, they're going to spread. So you want to give them plenty of room to do their thing. So I always like to give my cookies room because nothing is worse than when you get two cookies stuck together and then it's like the worst.
Shit, that's good.
Okay, so yeah, I was right. About 4 rows. You want to inch apart. And that's your first pan. We're just waiting for normally your oven should be preheated before you start this process, but we're waiting for ours to preheat. And you just keep going until the dough is gone. And then we'll stick these bad boys in the oven for about 8 minutes. Now that time varies depending on your oven. Like the sugar cookies, just start with the basic 8 minutes. Flip on the light or open the oven. Honestly, flip the light on. If you open the oven, you're going to lose heat. And that can affect your cooking time as well.
Because my oven doesn't run as hot as Marissa's.
Exactly. Some ovens are higher, lower. So start with 8 minutes and then move from there. But I'll show you what to look for. You want, similar to the sugar cookies, with the chocolate chips, you're looking for a nice golden edge. And we go for a softer cookie, so we try to do as minimal baking time as possible as well.
Mom likes them soft.
Yeah, I do too. I like them soft too.
She's not as big on the poopy. You like the poopy, but
they're still soft.
yeah. Well, as she pointed out, some people like that baking soda or the baking powder. I get those two mixed up
I use both.
because they
do poof. They go.
Some people like to dunk them in coffee. But stick around to the outtakes and you will hear that conversation I had with Mom earlier today. Her opinion on baking soda, baking powder.
It doesn't affect the taste. It just the appearance of the cookie. The cookies still taste the same. So it's not like, oh, if I don't use one or the other, it's going to affect the taste. So that's the important part. It has nothing to do with the taste of the cookie. Mostly about aesthetics, that ingredient.
I thought you said this made like a dozen cookies. There's a dozen on that rack right alone.
A baker's dozen. A baker's dozen is like
13 or 14, I thought. That's like, well, let's see how many dozens that recipe does. So we know there's going to be 2. But after you fill this, then we'll probably stop filming until they come out of the oven. Or I'll move the camera and then we'll show them coming out of the oven, get a close-up of what to look for to see if they're done or not.
Now, another thing that's going to affect the baking time is the color of the pans.
That was an interesting observation. So the darker ones take longer or shorter than...
Longer. They cook faster on the lighter pans.
I would not have guessed that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the exact science behind that, but that is like I think you see like even now in the stores, they started selling more lighter pans. You can't really find these dark pans anymore. It's like everyone's switched over to these two. I'm sure there's a YouTube video about the science behind it.
Okay. So we have 12 there, and it seems like he would hardly made a dent in that. Of course, I've been denting it.
Yeah.
In my little snack bowl. Alrighty, so this batch right here just came out of the oven. So on the dark cookie sheets, they actually took 8 minutes to cook. Mary got that a little reversed, so these lighter sheets actually needed to cook for 9 minutes. So the lighter sheets take a little bit longer to cook than the darker sheet. Mom, you can come through if you want. I'll move the lights. So you can come through if you want. I'll move the lights. Why don't you come check the size of Mary's little cookie balls?
For what?
Her little cookie balls. Make sure she's doing it right.
I don't know. Looks like to me she's been at it for a long time.
I did perfect the chocolate chip cookies. That was the first recipe. Now I got the noodles and the tuna patties and the roast beef and the gravy. I had one extra thing of cornstarch, but it was still good.
This pen is too thick. Oh,
See?
take the whisk and then it.
But it didn't affect the taste.
Not like that.
All right.
Now, are you going to put those in one at a time?
Yeah, you have to.
Okay.
I know it's annoying, but actually, I think I have made them 2 at a time.
I don't know. I would ask Mom before you. All right,
Okay.
How many minutes you want to go?
8. We start with 8.
Okay.
And then,
There goes Mary sticking it in. I think Merce puts them on the top rack.
yeah.
So, pop them in there.
All right. Are you okay? All right. All right, and we're sticking it in the oven for 8 minutes.
And there she goes.
Okay, we'll check back in 8 minutes. All right, so it's been 8 minutes, which I've done cookies in this oven, so I'm confident in the 8-minute mark. The edges are nice and golden brown. Got some brown here on the top. Again, Mom does like a softer cookie. Let's see if I can show you the bottom. They're still very soft, but let's see.
You put it on the pan and like tip it.
No, they're too soft to tip.
Okay. So you're just talking about a little golden edge.
Yeah. When these are cooler, I can show the bottom, but right now they just came out of the oven, so they're very soft. So I will, I'll show you after a couple of minutes when they're more solid but they are they're brown on the bottom. See, that's why you don't want it. I want you to see what that brown looks like. See?
Yeah.
Yeah. You let it go any longer and you risk having them taste burnt. Look at Mom in her little cute hat.
That is cute. It'll help keep the sun out of my eyes. It's very lightweight. You can wear dangly little earrings.
Very cute. I'm here for it.
Is that your new hat?
Yeah, because I thought I want something that's summery. The other thing comes down in my ears so much, might be hot, too hot.
Yeah.
So, and I found one that's coming tomorrow that's
It's like
more
February.
like a little bucket hat, and that's why.
Well, you can wear it on Wednesday because it'll be 70 degrees.
Can you believe that
You need
it's
something that's lightweight, but that bamboo cotton too.
Yeah, it looks
I
comfy.
ordered one to try me because you never know.
you know it's snowing and sleeting in New Jersey right now?
Sucks to be done. Okay, that batch right there just came out of the oven. Batch right here has cooled, so Mary's going to show you what those look like underneath.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So the reason why I said 8 minutes exactly, because it does have a brown on the edge and more importantly on the bottom. You don't want it to be all the way brown to the top because then it's going to taste burnt. So before Amber was like, "Are you sure they're done?" And I'm like, 100%. The thing with baking, yeah, the thing with baking is they need to rest. Like that's an important factor with cakes, cookies. The product itself has to rest. So even though it doesn't look cooked, it's still going to cook while it's cooling down.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the pan is still hot.
Exactly. But if you leave it in that hot oven for too long, then it's just going to go right to burn. So, but you can see that cookie has a golden brown edge.
Okay. Alrighty, folks. Well, there you have it. Mom's chocolate chip cookies.
Yay!
Love you forever and forever. Love you with all my heart. Love you whenever we're together. Love you when we're apart.
Knock, knock. Okay, I've got pictures of several. So I'll show you those later.
Okay.
So this is the recipe card that we're going to use. So we're going to put everything in there except for, we're not going to do
When you
baking.
put the baking powder in, the cookies are on the dry side. Maybe.
So when you make them, you do not use the baking powder.
I have, but I don't. I think mine are more of a soft batch.
Yes.
More of the chewy, what they call soft batch, and I overall prefer mine. Mary stumbled on that because she accidentally put that, and it made hers real poofy. But it just depends. Some people want a cookie that's more
Give a mute.
because they what?
Give a mute.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Well, again, people can modify as they like. You know, she stumbled on that. So, but when we present this, we are not going to put the baking powder in.
No.
We can mention you can add baking powder to make it more fluffy, but the last time you baked the cookies, you just put baking soda, not baking powder. That's typically how you've made them. Okay. So again, we're just going to follow this exactly. 4 cup flour.
The orange, I think it was on an orange card.
Tell me to
It's
go
what
get.
I did years ago, but I found that for a soft batch, adding the brown sugar to them, I think made them more moist, made them more of a for real soft batch.
Okay.
True, they're not as fluffy, but depends on what you want taste-wise. Some people that are coffee drinkers, though, want a cookie that's, well, they call them a dunker. In other words, some people actually dunk their cookie in the coffee. I don't. Mary's are good. It's just that I kind of prefer. Everybody has their taste, and I think what made this one so good, if I recall, is there was a little extra brown sugar from my original recipe. I think it only took 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of white sugar, but adding that extra half a cup of brown sugar, because brown sugar is kind of on the moist side. So
Yeah.
I think I switched over to this quite some time ago. However, the original is in there.
I know, but you can barely
Is
read
it?
it. That's
Is it?
actually why I went looking for another recipe, because I'm like, I can't even read this. Because I want to take a...
What?
Well, this one I could read.
Right.
The original one is so old you can barely read what's on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I redid this one several years ago, I think. So
Because I wanted to take a picture against the recipe box of, okay, which one do you use? Because these are different. Plus, I can read
this
that one.
with
Okay.
1.5 cups, like I said. My original recipe, I think, only called for 1 cup and a half a cup of brown sugar. I made them a little better, in my opinion, but I think your opinion too, because you really like mine.
Yes.
Because you like the soft batch.
Yes.
So everybody has their thing. I believe this is the one I give to Emma, though. In fact, I know it is the one I gave to Emma.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, I will take a picture of that and we will explain the ingredients exactly like that, minus
actually, if I recall,
the baking powder.
this is actually the one that your grandma Neelis did with 1.5 cups of brown sugar. She was on a visit and she had made some. And she had that extra half a cup of brown sugar, so it's actually...
Well, you can never have too much sugar in a cookie.
What
That's a fact. You can never have too much.
Yeah.
So the 1.5 cups. Okay. I
Okay.
thought that's normal in the cookie recipe, no?
But with
never
my dry
changed.
mouth especially, eating like the sugar cookies, I know they were good. They certainly look good and they smell good, but
Yeah, Emma did a good job.
I'm not eating too many sweets.
Yeah, I know.
In fact, the rolls, because your taste buds are increased with the sugar and salt. Now, Kimmy said my uncle was saying everything tasted too salty to him. So it does fuck with you.
I mean, when I make those rolls again, I could just do like a quick dip in the cinnamon sugar.
Yeah,
just like
mine.
a dip.
Mine, you might want
Just
to
like a
back
little...
off. Not
because
quite so
usually
much.
I'm getting it all around that bowl, each side.
Well,
but I could
that's
just...
okay, because you guys aren't affected like that.
But I could either leave yours just with butter, or again, just like a quick dip at the top. So you just have a little flavor, but not as much. Because I try to get as much cinnamon and sugar on top of my roll as possible. But I can tweak yours. Because we have more in there.
Backing off of the sugar that goes on top and not quite so much.
Yep, that's no problem. All right, well, it's 3 o'clock. We got to get cracking.
Okay.
So, yeah, because we're going to reheat that turkey from last night, and I still have like 3 of those rolls left, so I'll just do yours.
I don't want a big plate. I think that was really heavy. I got kind of nauseous in the middle of the night, and I think I have to watch working my way back. Be careful, because I haven't been eating large amounts, so I got to be careful of that.
Yeah.
Because I actually got done and said, oh,
Oh,